Welcome to Earth, a planet filled with cars and car enthusiasts. What do you think of when you hear the word car? I envision the anatomy of the human body, the way the brain, nerves, and heart connect to understanding the mechanics of a car, the thrill of driving, and the style and aesthetic that a car has. There are many different kinds of car enthusiasts, but they all have that one thing in common. Cars.
Pedro Rojas, and I'm from Bridgeport, PA. So my first car was a 92 Honda Civic, and when I first bought it, I only got it for $300 from a junkyard, and then I slowly built it up from nothing into something, and each year I did something new to it. Yeah, I love cars a lot. I just like looking at cars in general, the way that they sound, the way that you could do a lot of stuff to it. Like, not just one thing. Like, you could do a whole bunch of things to cars that most people won't even think of, like, doing to a car. That's basically who I got the inspiration from. Got it from my dad and my uncles. All they did was work on cars when they were little. And then once they started getting older, that's all they did. And we got race cars, we got show cars in our family. We got like cars that we just do systems on it. I find it as a passion because it's more than just doing stuff to the car. I enjoy myself doing stuff to the car. I compete with other people, and when I do win something, yeah, I'm happy, but I do everything I do to my car because I like it, not because everybody else likes it. And most people won't like it, and other people will.
Name's James Han. I run a privately owned BMW shop called Kosenek Automotive. I started working on cars pretty much the day I turned 17 and got my first car. It was a 94 Eagle Talon. Beforehand, I was always the kid taking things apart, learning how to put them back together. I've broken many things, but it's a learning experience. Past 10 years, I've been working primarily on BMWs. Right now, my favorite cars to work on are the older BMW 2002s. It's a learning curve. It's neat to see how they decided to put things together, and it's definitely an eye catcher. A good friend of mine has another shop, and we share the bond of we'd like to make things our own and unique, but we try to keep it in the BMW realm. I have the love for the BMWs. Yes, it is a paycheck, but I choose to work on what I want to work on and how I want to do it because of the love of the car. The older is more hands-on. The newer stuff, you hook a computer up, the computer tells you what to do, and you just change that part. The older takes more thinking, listening, feeling. There's more heart to me in the older cars, so I like the older. I don't know, it's just a passion, you know. I've always liked motors. I've always liked fast things, movement. You know, growing up, it was BMX bikes, then dirt bikes, four-wheelers, cars. It just keeps growing. You get older, the toys get bigger.
Barry Stevens, and I'm now retired. I used to work at the New York Times, not as a writer. I was in charge of the logistics as far as delivering newspaper. I was a driver, and I worked my way up. I started working on cars with my dad I was maybe 16 or 17. And from that, I kind of learned to do little things myself. And I got my time really doing it in 1970 when I got my first car. 64 Chevy 409, fast car, very powerful, and I wasn't even ready for it, but as time went on, I got to be able to handle it. Yeah, as manufacturers, yes, BMWs are my favorite. But as far as having a car to go out and have fun with and drive on the street, I really love BMWs because they're made to be driven. They're not just luxury cars, to profile with. They're made to be driven, and I enjoy driving them. I always wanted to go fast, which I enjoy. And fortunately for the sport that I'm in, I've learned to do it safely. I don't get to go out on the highway and do 100 miles an hour. I can go on the track and do 150, and I get that out of my system. But I've learned to respect the whole car thing from that. We are competitive, by nature, I guess. There's a bunch of like-minded people, first of all, which is great. You go down to the track, and all of a sudden you see guys that are doing the same thing you're doing, enjoying it just as well, and they're just super friendly. What I like about that is you have no idea who these people are. One guy could be a senator, could be a doctor, could be a carpenter. Nobody knows, nobody cares, because we're all like-minded. Many sports, after a certain time, your body just can't do it. Fortunately, as long as you have your mind, you can still drive until, whatever age. And I find it to be great. So you have friends for a long time.
So, what do you like about the car community?
What I like about the car community would be the events, the people, the places you get to go see, different interactions you get.
There's a bond. I do a lot of different events between autocross, racing cars, and the bond of the car community where someone's car breaks down at an event, multiple people are there helping out, whether it's lending a hand, lending a part, lending a tool, so that that person can enjoy their passion.
When you're around the community, you find that, first of all, nobody gets left behind. We all leave the track. If you broke down, someone will get you home. And it's just a feeling of community, basically. Everybody's thinking the same thing, doing the same thing.